Hollywood Dreams, and it was all about homeless youth who came to Hollywood with a dream and without a plan, and starting to figure out why they wandered on the streets. They came here with stars in their eyes, so we were going to do a 13-part reality show. And Ish and 7 others were the ones that I clued in on. They then formed a band called the Orphans of Atlantis.
I actually didn't like you when I first saw you. And I was heading to a place called Canner's Delicatessen, had an old band called Orphans of Atlantis. We went to like this old Jewish bar, and there Josh was, just kind of hanging around outside the bar. He had his guitar. I think I walked right past him. I went in, and he kept trying to sneak into the bar, and the bartender wouldn't even let him in, because he was like, what, 16?
It wasn't just about the music, it wasn't just about the talent. They could play, they could write, they could sing. It was about life choices that they continued to make. Some that made them feel like they were kind of Jack Kerouac kind of vagabonds who were keeping it real, and others that were just psychological crap that they carried from their childhood that wouldn't let them succeed.
The most talented homeless kids, we all hung in kind of a pack. We hung closely together. A lot of times we slept underneath the same bridge or in the same place.
And over the year, we finally started breaking through to where they were forming a real cohesive unit and making great music. And then one of the main characters, the guitar player, was killed. And after all that concentrated energy, we imploded.
My guitar player died. His name was Shredder. And he was like the crazy glue that was kind of just holding this whole scene together. There was just this magic that was happening between us and this other group of musicians, and unfortunately between me and the other group, we just couldn't coexist anymore, and eventually we just kind of split up.
But we didn't know how to put the grief. Everybody in their own way went off in different directions. In some ways we blamed each other for not being there, in other ways we felt guilty, and I talked to them and I found that for each and every one of them, it brought it too real. They knew people who had died on the street. They knew that you could die on the street because they were all homeless and they were staying together.
I have to think that obviously some people, we got that spark. You know, I remember I being in New Orleans, there was this guy that just hated my guts, but one day he came up and said, "You got that spark, kid."
It's an amazing moment in his life. This project, William Pilgrim, with Phil's gentle touch and creativity, and Ishmael's hard-boiled exterior and phenomenal voice with no training. I think it's going to be extraordinary.
The big difference is a lot of it is about having a dream and doing things for that dream.
There's no way this project can't be great. And Ishmael's going to surprise himself.